Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. Oh, it looks like it's starting to get a bit dark now, even though you can just see mostly blue sky. There were meant to be storms forecast, but they haven't arrived yet. I don't know if they're going to arrive. Don't know, folks. You just don't know. The weather reports are often so out of kilter. They don't work as well as they should. Gonna make it a negative positive. Going to well, it'll be a good thing if we don't get a storm tonight, because tomorrow is Monday the 11th of October, and that's been slated as Freedom Day for those who have been double vaccinated against COVID-19 or coronavirus. And I'm one of those people. So I look forward to having a coffee, sitting down at a restaurant outside. I look forward to that just a tad. Anyway, let's see what we've got. We've got here a business tie, but basically I getting a bit sick of not being able to sit down at a restaurant. Sorry about the bad camera work. So, I just really hate having to make do, and I just like to just sit down comfortably, just drink my coffee, my morning cuppa. Yeah, that looks interesting, but it looks like there's just not much there. In the negative mode, the black is just totally, it looks minimalist. I have been producing loads of minimalist shit today, which, I don't mind it a little bit, but I seem to be creating a lot of minimalist work. I do seem to be creating a lot of it. I'm just not a fan of just a few little bits on a page. I'd rather just have something more elaborate, more interesting, more busy. I do like my images to be fairly busy. Busy like business. Haha, funny. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. That's a much nicer image. I like that little bit at the top. I'm going to make this into a movement piece, like I've just done. I do like this piece here. I'd like to have that piece somehow emphasised. Maybe I could do that by moving it again. So I'm just going to put it at the top, try and put it at the top and move with the lamp downwards. I don't know how that's going to work. I think I might have forgotten, I forgot to turn off the enlargement, so I was meant to do it without the enlargement. So I just wasted some paper and toner. So I'm just going to switch it off. Try that again. Try and put that on the edge there. Try and move it. Maybe I shouldn't have shuffled it when I was moving it. Yeah, that looks interesting. Not quite what I'm after. I do think we just got a little bit too little of it. Don't know what to do, folks. Maybe on the horizontal we could make it 400. But then we have to push it up, this piece up in the top corner. I don't think that's going to work. Or we don't have to put it in the top corner, that's it. Fuck. Don't think I did it very well. It's not an easy thing to do, trying to emphasise something you like that's so small, but that looks really quite interesting. Oh, stuff it. We're going to forget about that little piece. We're going to just start again. We're just going to go start again at 400. We're just not going to get too fussed with a little piece that indeed looks good, but it's not achievable that much. So I'm just going to unroll that and we're going to try that again. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. I think we can use that as our master copy. So we're just going to dispose of these for now, and we're just going to switch that now to 100%. I can hear some minor birds out there making a racket. I do wonder what we're going to do with this. We're just going to keep it there just in case we may not have a piece that works properly. You just don't know with this kind of art. It's really difficult. People reckon that working with machines is easy, or always easy, but it can be sometimes, but often it's not. It's like any instrument, whether it be a paintbrush or a pencil or anything else, or sculpture, clay, whatever. It's always got a difficult side. It's not just the traditional art that is easy, that is difficult. Machine art is also difficult, folks. Make no mistake. Just make no mistake. It is not always easy. Going to use that again, make something really nice out of it. You'll often see my work not turning out the way that I was hoping it would. That it's really difficult trying to get an idea happening and make it really something interesting. And this is an interesting piece we've got here. I think we could work with that. Maybe we could cut it off there and slice it. And even that looks nice as well. But we just want the best part of the image. So we're just going to try and guesstimate roughly how much enlargement we're going to need for this piece. Tricky. So it involves skill and intuition, which is considered important in art. Actually, you've got to turn it, I think you've got to turn it this way, folks, to try and cut off the parts of the image we don't want, as well as highlighting what we do want. So I've just done it like that. Let's see how we go. I do think we've got to do one more thing, and that is to reintroduce the black. That could add a little bit of extra something. Yeah, that looks really quite nice. I do think we might need to enlarge it a bit more. Maybe, how should I do it? Maybe enlarge it a bit more along here, I do think. Oops, I nearly dropped it. Get a bit clumsy, folks. I'm a little bit disappointed. We still haven't got a very nice looking centerpiece, so I think maybe we'll have to enlarge it more. Going at 260. Okay, well that looks a bit stretchy. I do think it looks a little bit too stretchy. Maybe we could stretch it vertically, because that looks really promising, that we could probably get a really good result, although we have to move it up because this is the edge where the enlargement comes off, so I'm going to have to maybe move it up, which will make things a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to think whether I should or whether I should keep it. Don't know. So I'm thinking we're going to take the approach and we're going to move it up, or should I say move it down. Got to move it down, folks. Try and move it down without disturbing all the other stuff we've done. And we're going to move it across a bit, just a fraction, so moving it down and a little bit across. I don't know if I've done the right thing, folks. It's not an easy call to make. This is a really long demo, folks. Let's see how we go. And I think I fucked it up. I went the wrong way, folks. I did it wrong. I fucked it up. I did. I don't know what I did wrong. I know I should have pushed it the other way. I could have enlarged it off instead of trying to manually do it. I fucked it up. Maybe the only good bit is that part, but I'm going to have to go back and see roughly where on the paper I can just see the ding. So we're just going to move that up, and we're just going to put it back pretty much where it was, but I made the wrong decision with this. wondering we're just going to do a test, but I fucked it up. I thought I had it. I know my intuition was probably telling me otherwise, but I wasn't able to flow with it. But I do see that that part looks good. We move that a bit further across, which is what I was thinking I had wanted to do. We're going to enlarge it on the vertical. Or is it, I think we were meant to move it up. It does look kind of stretched. Wonder... Well, we're just going to work with this. I don't know how it's going to look. We're just getting pulled over to that. Maybe some of the stretch could go, or maybe... Oh, shit. I don't know what to do with it, folks. I don't know what I am fucking doing. So we're going to make this 260. Alright, my intuition's telling me to pull this one. I don't know how it's going to work. Hope I know what I... Yeah, well that was what I was actually... we see we've enlarged it that way. We wanted to go down. I wanted to go down. I really wanted to take it downwards approach. I don't like it. I don't know what my intuition's trying to tell me, folks. Why I'm using it this way. Why I'm not taking the approach that I was, honestly, I really fucking don't know what is happening. Most of my demos today appear to be a little bit on the mediocre side, but I always seem to have one demo that goes for a prolonged amount of time, and often I don't know till the very end how it's going to look. I don't know about this one. I don't know what's happening here, folks. I don't know what to do with it, why it's not turning out how I want it to. I don't know why, folks, why I'm fucking around, trying to flow with my so-called intuition and not finding anything good come of it. I just have to trust it, folks, that it's going to lead me in the right direction and produce an exceptional piece of work, especially today where I've just produced a lot of shit work and I just feel my intuition's producing shit. It's really not working, folks. It's not working. I don't know what to do, folks. I don't know what to fucking do with this. I'm going to go back. 260 by 260. I don't know. I feel like just ripping this whole idea apart. It's got to go up. It's got to go fucking up. As in fucking up. As in fuck. I need this thing. Maybe my intuition wants me to take the helm for a change. Maybe sometimes I have to do that, folks. And then trust my minuscule abilities compared with the intuition will come through with the intuition's help. If that's clear enough, as clear as mud perhaps. And now we've got something that looks a lot better, I do think, overall, except for this piece here. I do think we need to move it across a little bit. But I'm trying my best to do this really well. It's not an easy thing to do, trying to make something. It's really a struggle as an artist. Being an artist isn't as easy as it seems, and being a photocopier artist, despite the ideas that people have about machine and art, that a person using a machine can't produce a real work of art, well, that's bullshit. And I want to prove that as bullshit, because it's not an easy thing trying to use this clumsy piece of equipment to make a piece of eloquent art. Now, I do think maybe, but basically, yeah, it's really not an easy thing to do, to make a piece of art. Often using equipment is really difficult, and it's not as easy as it looks, folks. It's not as easy as you might think it is, and that's what these videos are here to prove, is to prove that my work is real art, just like a painting or a drawing, or if we're talking 3D stuff, a sculpture, it's just as valid. Same with other machine-based art, like Photoshop. There is nothing wrong with using Photoshop as an art tool. It has a place. It's like anything. It's still a piece of art when you use a computer to make a piece of art. So, you know, it's all the same. So, but just because you're using a machine doesn't negate it as a form of art. You got to know about the equipment. You got to learn about the equipment, and even then, you're still always learning new things about it. You know, it's not something that is as easy as it looks. Even though people like to diss it, they like to diss machine art, as you could call it, as a machine art. You know, people just keep dissing things like that because they don't know what's happening with this. They don't know. But not everyone is cut out to appreciate machine-based art. Everyone's different. I'm not interested much in painting and drawing. It's not my cup of tea. I still appreciate it as art. You know, it's still art, but it's not something that I'm particularly enthused about. This is what I like, and I have more appreciation for Photoshop and other forms of machine art as well, or machine-based art. But you need a human to drive it. You still need a person behind it who knows enough of what they're doing. And even if they don't know exactly what they're doing, they learn something new. They discover something new about what they're doing, about the equipment, about the technique, about maybe even about themselves, for all we know. Yeah. It's not all easy as it may seem. Yes, you're not painting and drawing, you're not picking up a paintbrush and, you know, and drawing a pretty picture like a person or a scenery or whatever people draw, or an abstract. But basically, yeah, it's still, you know, it's all horses for courses. But now that's turned out looking quite nice. I think now we can really call this prolongated demo quits.